Hello and welcome to On Your Lane. This is a best place for ambitious people who are taking charge of their lives, making that impact, making that income, and living fulfilling lives. I'm so excited to have you here. And today we're going to talk about the secret things that are blocking your success. Why the secret things? Because most of the times we like to fix the public things, the things people see. We like to look good, look decent, and everybody looks amazing when we meet up and stuff like that. On our social media, we look polished and everything. But there are secret things that are happening in the background that will prevent you from having specific breakthroughs. After people move from the facade, they have to go deeper with you. And after that, they see, oh my goodness, this person is contaminated. They're negative. They're fearful. They're not confident. This person is a certain way, and people are repelled. And therefore, you might find that you're doing all the right things on the outside, but on the inside, it's such a mess. And people are repelled. The progress you want to make, you're not making. And so, what are the things that can be private but hinder your progress in public? So we look at the impact, right? We like to see the event itself, but the background we don't see. If you see a beautiful website, there is a background there that is making it happen the way it is, So if you don't work on the background, then the outside might look good for a moment. Have you ever tried fruits like that? You eat it, you look at it and you're like, oh, this is a beautiful mango. This is a beautiful apple. You take a bite and you're like, oh my goodness, such a disappointment. You throw it away. You don't want to take part of it. It's because there was something shady. The outside was pretty, but the inside was not fixed. This is a question of roots versus fruits, right? Roots are hidden. Roots are unseen. They're private, right? A tree can grow really fast. There are some trees that are on shallow ground. They just have a bit of roots and then boom, they're big. And then the time for giving fruits, they don't. When it gets hot a little bit, they die quickly. Because the roots are so shallow, they can't go deeper to find water down. So any changes in the weather, if there's too much wind, it can be uprooted easily because it's shallow. So roots might seem like you can ignore, right? Because nobody sees them. But a tree that takes time to dig deeper roots and spread its roots has a better chance of survival and of fruitfulness later. So most of us don't like to do the root work, the foundational work. We like to do the outside work, the fruit work, where people can see and clap at us. And that's where the problem is. Now I'm going to talk about a few character things, issues that others may not know. Maybe only you know. Maybe only those who are close to you know. But if you don't address them, they will hinder your success. Let's address them and move forward, right? Examples of secret things. Pornography addiction, lies, corruption, anger. We could go on and on, right? What are you dealing with? There's secret character flaws that exist. I'm calling them secret because nobody gets to know them unless they get really close. And for most people, it's too late. They're like, I married an angry person. How did that happen? Because you were able to hide it. But we want you to succeed in your life. And if you're to succeed and build something solid, you can't keep these hidden things within you. You need to get help where it is existing. And most of the times it always feels like, well, I'm the only one who's struggling with pornography. It's taking my time, it's affecting my relationships, but nobody will understand. That's what people feel. Like that's how you will feel when you're in the moment. But in actual sense, there are many people who are dealing with that. And if you spoke it up to somebody you trust, you'd be surprised at what support can come from that to deal with the secret things that you have. If you have anger issues, there's no point hiding it and justifying it, explaining it. It's anger. Somebody tells you, another person tells you, do something about it. Get help. Get prayer. Get support. Get counseling. We're so used to not getting counseling. We're like, well, I'll do it. Oh, when I make up my mind, I'll get it done. No, we all need support. We all need to learn. And these secret things, you have to understand that if you don't address them, they will really sabotage you when you need to behave the most. You will have a presentation and then the addiction will just hold you and you don't prepare for it because the addiction couldn't let go. You got drunk on the wrong night. You got drunk just before the interview. Maybe you got angry at the wrong person and they turned out to be the decision maker. No, you acted badly. Like there's just a way of these things that you're not addressing. There's a way for them to come back and block you. And that's why your public life is great, but it should reflect your secret life. It's the same thing. People love it when a prophet is giving all these things and this is going to happen, this is going to happen. We're like, oh, but then If God was to tell you the sacrifice they have to pay to be able to give proper prophecies, you'd be like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to be a prophet after all, you know? So it's the same thing. We desire success from the outside, but we're like, are you willing to do the work? And this is the work. You seeing yourself and understanding your flaws and saying, I need help, I need to change, I need to grow out of this. And if you are getting help, there's so many resources available online, offline, books, podcasts, so many things, and even people who are willing. People who are willing to pray with you, people willing to counsel you, but you're going to have to actually say, I need help right here. Sometimes we feel justified also because we're thinking, well, my influence is small right now, but when I have like I'm running a big company, I was talking with my brother the other day. It was the same thing. It's like, well, if I am president, I'm not going to be nepotistic. If I'm whatever, I'm like, no. What you are right now, you would be later as well. Your roots are your roots. You can't all of a sudden after the tree is fruitful and say, I'm cutting my roots. No, you have to fix it whilst the tree is small. Otherwise, you kill the tree when it's big and you have to cut off the roots. It's the same thing like a foundation, right? When you're building a 50-story building, the foundation has to look different from a 2-story building. So how far you want to go will determine the investment you do right now. So how you handle your right now blessing will have a bearing on your later blessing. And for many of us, we're being hindered from the greatness because of how we're handling the current missions that we have. You don't like your job, the job you're in, but you're sloppy all over it and you want something better. You don't like the business, you're like, I need a bigger business, but you're sloppy with all that. You want a bigger budget, but your current budget is a mess. It doesn't work that way. You have to fix your character. You have to work on the foundational things and you build on those foundational things and they push you forward later. So when you see somebody who is big and successful and they have great character, it's not because they became big and successful. That's when they had the character. The character was there beforehand. And that's why you find people get really successful, but they have so many scandals around them. They can't help it because they're used to those habits. Now they don't understand that they have more influence. Behave. They can't behave. They do scandals and they fall down quickly. You know, they fall down quickly and it's always a shame. We don't want to be cast away from 10 stories. You know, when you can fall from one story and learn your lesson and build better as you go. So manage those things, manage those secret things, do something about them. Manage the little you have, the 10,000 kwacha you have, manage it well so that you can be entrusted with the 100,000 and then 100 million and you can behave correctly no matter the amount. Good character will sustain you where your talent can't. Scandals they're devastating for peoples and their families. And sometimes we're saying scandals, we're thinking big things. But it can be a simple scandal where your son discovers that you have an addiction to pornography, or maybe you cheat on somebody, your wife, and then somebody has seen it or known it, and now it's devastating everything. They can be big or small scandals, but they are reflecting the habits that you were hiding. A wound that is hidden doesn't heal well. You want to sort those things out before they grow. The importance of character is that it will sustain you where your talent and hard work gets you. So you find that you work hard, good. You have talent, good. But what will keep you moving forward after that is your character, right? What people experience when they're with you. And sometimes it's easy to say, no, I am on my best behavior, but that's where those scandals pop up and block relationships and block progress and hinder you, right? So your character is essential. I like the story of Joseph in the Bible. He was tempted in a place where he could have easily gotten away with it. His boss's wife was like, come on, you're handsome, let's do a thing here. And he said no. And then he moved on to the next thing where he was suffering because of his decision to say no. He stuck it out and there were rewards for it later. His character was solid and God could entrust much to him. It's the same thing with us. If you are destroying the 2 employees you have with your habits and whatever, why should you be given 20 employees? Why should you be given 100 employees? So that is important for you to do, to fix the little things so that you can welcome the big things. So we understand the importance of roots versus fruits, right? Character. So what can you do? Let God train you. I love the story of David. I have been reading it for so long, but I never really got this part where David was able to defeat the Goliath, the giant, not because in that moment he was fired up, but because before that he had been killing lions and bears. In private, God had been training David. So when the time came where a giant was before him, he knew what to do. He did what he did with lions and bears. It's the same thing with us. In our private life, let God train you. When you see an opportunity to be angry and you say no, you're being trained. When you see an opportunity to go to porn and to get help, you're being trained in private. And you're training your self-control, you're training your habits, you're training your resilience, you're training your willpower. And over time, you know what will happen? Bigger things will come to tempt you. And you'll be like, no. Somebody will come with a corruption offer and you won't be like, oh, you're giving me a house. No, you'll be like, no. Because you know with this giant, how to kill this giant is exactly what you did to kill the little lions and bears. Exactly that. So let God train you. I hope this was encouraging for you to address the deeper things and seek help so that you can be worthy of the success that you desire. We don't want you getting big and successful and losing it just because you couldn't control your habits, just because you couldn't control your mind, just because you couldn't say no. I hope you liked this video. Like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment so that I can know your thoughts on this. And also, if you want more resources that will help you in this journey, there are more videos you can check out over here and in the description box. If you want to get deeper and organize your life so that you have clean roots that will bring clean fruit, then check out the Circle of Greatness. There are so many empowering classes in there that will help you move from where you are to the greatness you desire. If you have a question or comment, DM me. I'm Memphis Tanizakanja all over the social. I'd love to hear from you. I'm here every Tuesday with a video and a podcast every Thursday. I'd love to continue to connect and elevate our lives together. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.